What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Jones Empire podcast. I'm your host, Rudy. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Hope you guys are using these AI tools to be successful in your businesses. I hope these tools are giving you guys time back to spend some time with your family or to do some things that you guys like doing on your spare time, whether that's going to a game, sitting in your garden, reading a book. So I hope these tools are actually helping you guys. And like I said, if you guys have any questions or any things that you want to go over with me personally, you guys could just leave me a comment and I promise I'll try to get back to you guys. But today I want to talk about building mobile apps. Somebody left a comment in my comment section on my AIpreneur page on Instagram, and they was asking me if mobile apps are simple enough to build and can they profit off building mobile apps. And that question is that mobile apps are very profitable. It's definitely a great stream of income, right? Depending on what you want your app to do. And I think that's the biggest issue because like just building a mobile app, if your mobile app is not solving somebody's problem, then there's really no reason that they're going to download your app and pay for it. So that's what I want to talk about today and some of the tools I use to build mobile apps and to teach you guys how to start the process and what are the steps you should look at first before you decide to create a mobile app. And that's if your mobile app is going to solve anybody's problem. And what I mean by that is that, so a friend of mine is a fitness, let me just call him, he's a fitness junkie. And he loves the gym and he always using one of those apps that count calories and do your body fat, stuff like that. So one day we were speaking, probably a couple months ago, we was in the gym. And I never used the app that he was currently using. And it was a feature that was on the app that he didn't like at all. And I said, okay, look, just make your own app. And he was like, yeah, I should make my own app. And I was like, yeah, just whatever feature you don't like, just use it and you create the app and add it to your app. And he really wasn't on the AI tools how I am. And so I showed him step by step what websites I was using and from the front end to the back end of how to create the app. And he took a simple problem that he didn't like on the mobile app he was using. We created that app. He entered the solution that he wanted his app to have. His app is currently making $5,000 a month. So basically, mobile apps can make you $5,000 a month depending on if it's a problem and your app is the solution, right? So basically what I'm saying is like, yes, mobile apps are a great way to have passive income, but it's steps on how to get to that level, right? And one of the steps is, for one, sit down and come up with an idea, right? Come up with an idea of what's going to be the purpose of your app and why would somebody want to use your app? Like, what is your creative mind thinking that you're going to want your app to be, how you're going to want your app to flow, and why should people use it? Because anybody with a great idea can build an app, but it's the purpose behind it, right? And then once you got the purpose behind it, like, what's your next step, right? What's your end goal? What's your end goal to get people to use the app, right? So how do we do that? You sit down, you get your idea. You get your idea, right? You write it down. You get something called a peck sheet. You create something called the peck sheet, right? Then you could get on this website called ProductHunters.com. I think I'm saying it right. ProductHunt.com. Sorry, ProductHunt.com. Right, and this is going to be a site to where it's going to show you all your top apps that people are downloading monthly, and it's going to give you the reviews. It's going to give you what people like about the app, what people don't like about the app, right? And basically what I'm saying is, like, my buddy, he was already using an app that's a great app already. He just noticed something in the app that wasn't up to his standards. Like, he didn't like that it didn't have that feature. So his app created that fix, that solution. So you're going to want your app, right? Sometimes we don't have to reinvent the wheel. So sometimes you could get on ProductHunt.com, look at the top apps, see what apps are doing great, and then you kind of could mimic that app, right? You can mimic that app, look at the reviews, see what people don't like about it, and then you can fix that problem and submit your app. So you will get a peck sheet, write down everything, write your ideas down, write what you want your app to look like, what you want your app to do, what other apps that you see a problem in, and then how your app can fix that and make it a better solution, right? So when people are building apps, they get to a stopping point. Like, sometimes they get stuck. So not cause like 95% of people that build apps never launch them, cause they get stuck. They get confused and they don't understand some of the specifics. Like, they don't really do their research. They don't really validate some of the information. It's just like, hey, I got an idea. I want to build a mobile app and then I'm going to launch it. But even with the AI tools, it's really not that simple, right? So the AI tools is, yes, they're gonna give you access. They're gonna give you the opportunity, right? But you gotta know how to create the whole app in full circle, if that makes sense, right? One of my favorite tools I use, AI tools, is Rork AI, right? So if you guys, that's RORK.com. So RORK.com, Rork.com, right? And what I would normally do is go to ProductHunt.com, look at the top 10 apps that's doing great as far as like income, top views, and how much people are downloading these apps in a month. Because typically a person download 8 to 9 apps in a month, right? So you want to use Product Hunt to see what apps is getting attention, right? So you want to read the comments, look at the reviews, and see what the people complaining about in those apps. See what features they love, and see what's making them frustrated about the app. And right there, that's how you spot an opportunity to not reinvent the wheel, but it's an opportunity to take an app, make it a little better, and smooth it out, and then make it your mobile app, put it on in the Apple Store and on Google Play Store, and that's how you start profiting, guys. That's how you start profiting, right? So you gotta also understand, right? You gotta build 3 things. So you gotta make sure that your app has great features, right? You gotta also make sure your app has a an appealing look. You want your app to have an appealing look, right? And you gotta make sure your app is user friendly, right? Because if your app don't have any of those, or if your app, people download your app and people get frustrated, then, or can't understand it, then you don't make no money, right? So, like I said, I use Rork AI to help my clients build apps from step 1 all the way to getting the apps published on the Apple Store and in the Google Play Store. So that's how you guys start your mobile app. You guys have to start with an idea. Start with an idea and go to ProductHunt.com, see what's the top selling apps, right? Go off of that, sit down, use your creative thoughts and say, okay, this app does this app does that. I want to add this feature. And you start building your mobile app, right? And this is not a rush thing, guys. So you guys have to sit down and just take your time, right? And because Rork AI is gonna do everything for you, like once you enter the correct prompts, right? So that's why you guys need to sit down and just take your time. Don't just be all over the place. Sometimes you think about something, write it down, wait till the next day, something comes to mind, then write it down. And then when you get a full idea of how your mobile app should be looking, then you go to Rork AI and then you start implementing your prompts, right? And then you start building it for you. Also, guys, please do not have 10 to 15 features in your app, because then you start confusing the AIs. Your apps need to start having 2 to 3 features in your app. And then as your app start growing, you can start adding more features to it. Don't put 10 or 12, 15 features in your app, and because then the Rork AI start getting confused and start putting things that it shouldn't be, and then now your mobile app is all over the place. So you guys have to, like I said, get a peck sheet, write everything down, take your time, get creative, use Rork AI. There's other tools that I use that's under the radar. You have one that's called Dreamflow. That's another great mobile app builder. And like I said, if you guys need me to help you guys to learn how to do this, please drop a comment in the comment section. And I just want to talk about this. I'm all over the place. My apologies if I sound like I'm all over the place. But like I said, in steps, guys, in steps. So you're going to go to ProductHunt. You're going to look at the top apps, right? You're going to sit down, come up with a creative idea around those top apps. Like I said, look at the reviews, look at what people are saying about the app, why they frustrated, why they love it, why they hate it, right? And you sit down and you go off of that. And like I said before, do not add more than 3 features on your mobile app, because then you start confusing things, right? So like I said before, my buddy makes $5,000 a month off a mobile app that we created, or I help him create, off of an app that was missing a feature that he would have loved for that app to have, but it didn't. So he created a mobile app that has the feature, and now people are buying his mobile app, right? So he's making $5,000 a month, and he still has his 9 to 5, but he still have a stream of income coming in off of a mobile app that he built, right? So I hope this helped you guys. Like I said, AI is here to help us, but you can definitely grow your businesses and implement AI tools, and especially building mobile apps. If you do it the right way, it's a ton of money, guys. It's a ton of money. So I would say yes, building mobile apps. My clients make money building mobile apps. They also make money building websites. That's another thing with Dreamflow AI. It builds you a mobile app and a web app together at the same time. So imagine you have a client that needs both, right? So that's another episode I'll talk about. Dreamflow is actually an underrated AI that nobody really even talk about. But I've been using that tool for a while as well. But yes, man, if you guys have any questions, or please leave a comment. Please leave a comment. This is my first podcast I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone. So just bear with me. Hopefully this information is helpful. But if you guys got any questions or any If you guys want to know about any other AI tools that I'm using, please comment below and I'll get back to you guys, I promise. And once again, thank you guys for listening. We're going to be talking about a lot more AI tools. A lot of my clients is definitely pleased and grateful. So like I'm here to help you guys. I'm willing to help you guys. Stay locked in. Please stay locked in. 2026 is your time, is your year. Use these AI tools to grow your business, guys. Use these AI tools to grow your business. Do not be afraid of using AI. Once again, I'm your host, Rudy. Thank you guys for listening. Really, really appreciate it. If you guys like the information or you guys want me to talk about some other things, please leave a comment. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. You guys be safe.